Do. Woo! Welcome, one and all, to episode 104 of Peace Talk. We are in the triple digits, and thank y'all for your patience. I got mega interfered. I kind of want to share it because this is Uranian energy. And yeah, just stay tuned to what kind of goes down. Seems like there's about to be some gems, though I'm not really surprised. And I got a really special guest today. Shout out to those of y'all in the live chat holding it down. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated. This is definitely quite a shift in energy for damn sure. And yeah, shout out to Aaron Moses. What's good, bro? I'm very glad we doing this finally. Long overdue, for sure.
Definitely, man. Can I do my thing?
Please go ahead.
Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. Shout out to all the Messiahs. Shout out for everybody that's sharing. Welcome.
That's what it do. And for those who are curious, what's your sun, moon, and rising?
Capricorn Ascendant, Aries Sun, Libra Moon. I got a song on the way called Capricorn Ascendant. Well, actually, it's called No Cap, but hey.
No cap. That's so good. I got a song called Capricorn Moon. It's just unreleased, so I think that's dope.
Word.
One thing I noticed about Aries is that y'all introduce yourselves. That is lit. It makes so much sense too. It's like you spark that energy. So I noticed your threads lit. I see you got the Saiyan armor and the Majin hat, which is dope.
Oh, you already came on W.
Yup. That's really what's good. I like the setup you got too. Good stuff. Where are you at? Where do you stay at?
I'm in the Chicagoland area. I like to say that because people don't know where Joliet is, but the town I live in is Joliet, Illinois.
Joliet. Okay. How were you born and raised there? How long did you live there?
No. I was born in Chicago and I moved to Atlanta when I was 11. So I really represent Atlanta.
Oh, ATL. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How close is that? How close are they to each other?
718 miles, about a 9-hour drive if you're crazy, 12-hour drive if you're safe.
Damn. All right.
It's not bad.
Word. Central to Eastern. So that's what's up. I think that's cool that you're primarily cardinal in nature. I mean, sun, moon, rising, that definitely makes you quite the general, the emperor. You be all about that action. Oh,
hey. Bro, what really captured me, one of the posts you made, you said, I don't remember exactly what you said. You said something about Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. And then you said something about Cancer. And then I made that post, that comment on that post. And I said, all I need is a Cancer. And all these Cancers start blowing up my DM. Like, yo, my daughter's a Cancer. You want to get married? I was like, oh, married? I'm only 27. I'm good.
Damn.
I don't know if you remember that, bro.
Yeah. I vaguely remember what the post. I didn't know you got blown up though. This is the people looking for their Cancers. So you're 27. So you're born.
No, I'm 28 right now. I was 27 at the time. I was in 2018.
1990?
1991.
91. Okay. What spot is your Saturn in
Aquarius?
Okay, your North Node's in Capricorn.
Right. Bro, I got the opposing energies. I have Pluto opposing Venus in the 4th house. I have Jupiter opposing my Saturn. I have Sun opposing my Libra moon. All perfectly.
Damn.
It gets crazy.
One thing I learned about oppositions is that you can really see it in real life. Like it's like you're always having to deal with an opposing influence or outside influence. Right. Shout out to 91. Y'all dear to my heart. I'm 90, so we're not the same soul group, but like we're next to each other. We might as well be the same soul group, like different generations, which it's like we get to pass the torch on to y'all, which good luck on that. Good luck on that Saturn Return. Saturn Aquarius return is gonna be gnarly. Oh my
My
god.
brother's going through that right now. Shout out to Star. He has the same birthday as me, 3/30/90. He's a
No way.
Sag moon. Yeah.
Wow. 3/30/90. Okay. That's what's up. Shout out to the 90s babies in the building. Shout out to the 9092. We're the goats. I know 80s, y'all think it's you. 70s, I know you. I know y'all think you're a shit too, but it's the 90s. Just gotta let you know.
We were born with CDs were made, and we remember DVDs. And come on,
yeah. Game Boy came out in our generation. Like you can't beat that.
All of that.
It is what it is. It's really dope though. To what degree is your Capricorn rising?
Degree? I don't even know that, honestly. To be totally honest.
That's cool. Is it like in the beginning or like at the end?
It's in the beginning.
Aha, so Saturn and Pluto are in your first house. Damn. Congratulations. All y'all Cap risings and Aquarius risings.
With Saturn and no. Not Pluto. Not Pluto.
No?
Mm-mm. Am I first? No.
No, not natally. I mean transiting Pluto and Saturn are transiting your first house. If you're early, Cap rising, like before 15 or 20 degrees. Reason why I was asking is because that is quite a difficult transit to experience. Having Saturn and Pluto basically build your brand and transform your identity, and then it's squaring your sun and moon. It's like you can tap into the cardinal struggle on all different facets. You don't have Pisces, your Pluto's in Scorpio, you don't have Cancer. So what's it like to not have to get stuck in the feels?
What's his?
Not to say they ain't no place, but
people, they come and go. They come and go, and I'm just so, my Venus, it's just so, no, I don't want you to go. I want to make you my family. I don't want to be friends. Like, it's just so, but then when things, well, I'll say this, it's very easy for me to turn my emotions on and off for people, but when there's a lot of violation that goes on, there has to be some kind of justice. That's definitely the Libra moon, and it's not even my choice, because the universe just hands me these tools. The universe just, bro, look, this person's toxic, or this person, did you know he did that? Did you know she did that? All right, we'll handle it. And I'm like, bro, but I want this person, and the universe just pushes them away by any means. By any
the universe is like, let's ride on this fool.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I didn't even want all that to happen, but go ahead though.
Libra be like, it's not revenge, it's justice.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Shout out to Stephanie. I was just telling her that today. Like, it's not even your choice. That's just what you want.
No, that's Libra doesn't play. That's really dope though. One thing I respect about cardinal signs is y'all just have so much character. It's like I'm watching a real person and not like someone who I know as a mutable sign, like I could just not be here. Like I could just be so many things. And it's like, who the fuck are you? But you know who the hell a cardinal sign is. Like you know what they are. You know what they're gonna do, and there's just this energy that y'all bring with you, especially Aries. I mean, I'm biased because I'm a Gemini, but like all the coolest people I know are Aries. Like just stand-up people, raw, original, real, and ready for the smoke, which is totally dope.
Shout out to Juicy J, my favorite Aries.
To who?
Juicy J.
Juicy J is an Aries? I had no
What?
idea.
All day? Hell yeah! What the fuck? Oh,
I
excuse me.
had
I don't know
no
if I can
idea.
curse, but
You can curse, bro. It's we $1 billion vibe tribe over here. It's good. Yeah.
hey,
So your North Node's in Capricorn. That means your North Node is in your first house. So it's like your destiny, you're destined for greatness to gain independence being yourself, which is like super incredible. And
okay.
and
So, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I wasn't gonna say too much else for now.
Saturn is 5 degrees Aquarius. And then we have my moon is 9 degrees in the 8th house, Libra. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. What degree is your rising sign?
It 17.
17. Okay, so it's like a middle rising, second decade rising.
Yeah, that's what, yeah. I never actually looked at that.
If we go by equal signs, because clearly you kind of have like some widened cusp. Your moon Placidus is 8th, but it's kind of like 9th going into 10th. So
Right. It's yeah. Because some people, some people tell me I have a lot of Scorpio energy in my moon.
that's what's up. So I mean
Yeah.
that's it's cool because you for sure um for sure have Saturn and Pluto that's transiting your first house. It's retrograding. Jupiter is gonna go through your first, and you about to put some shit on smash. So I'm glad that I connected with you now before later, and you'd be too busy and famous to fuck with me. So that's what's up. Aaron would just be mad, brand new, like, who are you? No, just joking. But
Shit, lucky. No, I'm just
right. I never thought I'd be that guy, but shoot, I don't not these days. But
I don't
that's
know.
that's what I appreciate about the Libra energy. Y'all are so chill. Like Libras look like Libra suns and moons look like y'all just smoked a whole bong. Even if you didn't smoke, it's just mad chill. Is that a blue
Bro.
moon?
Hey, yeah, man.
Hey, that's the sun.
Bro, beat this though. Let me tell you, I'm a Capricorn ascendant, and then my moon's in Libra. My dad's a Libra, and my mom's a Capricorn.
No
And
way.
she has a Capricorn stellium. She's a Capricorn ascendant, a Capricorn sun, and her moon, her moon's in Taurus.
That's lit.
That's not lit.
Stubborn but lit. So your Venus moon connects. That's dope. You have a heart connection with your mom, which is so dope.
How I describe it is like the opposite of the Osiris Osset Horus story. Pretty much switched.
That's
because Osiris represents Saturn, which is Capricorn, and then Isis represents
Venus,
right?
Oh.
And then the Horus is Aries, so it's just all three of us together. And I
The
tried
light.
to break that down for her, but she didn't.
That's interesting. Capricorn women are weird because like they have superpowers, but they're going to hide it. They're going to act like they don't know what you're talking about. Like
Exactly.
what?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, when you're doing this now, all right. And then like the way they are, it's like out of nowhere when you're like 40, you'll be like, okay, it's now time to tell you. Like I'm an ancient mermaid from like the 6th dimension. And it's like, really? Like, all right then. Lissy said Capricorns are low-key just as sneaky as Scorpio. Actually, Capricorns are even more secretive than Scorpio. Pisces and Capricorns are way more secretive than Scorpio. Pisces is just a magician. Pisces knows how to give you indirection. Pisces knows that if they're secretive like Scorpio, you're going to want to know what they're secretive about. So Pisces will make you focus on this, and you have no idea doing this. And Capricorn is like half water, so you wouldn't even know what they're hiding. Like I had to learn that the hard way. But it's interesting because I want to talk a bit more about that Saturn and Aquarius generation, and then the North Node and Cap. Like y'all, it's interesting because I'm Saturn and Cap, and North Node Aquarius. So 90 and 91 kind of switch. And it's like we pass the baton for each other. And even in the Chinese zodiac, like 90 is horse and 91 is goat. Horse and goat are like one of the best combos. It's like a completion. So I have nothing but respect to people born 91. Y'all are so dope. Shout out to 92 too. But you know what I'm saying? Saturn Aquarius is a cosmic responsibility. It's like y'all, it's like I can channel the universe because I'm an air sign and my North Node's in Aquarius, but y'all have like responsibility with your connection to the cosmos. Saturn and Aquarius is like galactic real estate, which is like stupid lit, like really, really dope. What does it, how have you felt like waking up to this, you know, connection to the universe has allowed you to, what do you feel it's like? What's your experience with this so far?
With what exactly?
My bad, that was so vague of me. Like channeling, you know, connecting to the universe, anything Aquarian really. Because the reason why it's hard.
When I got I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I got to jail October 17th. And the first place I went, 2018. The first place I went was the park because I was homeless. And I sat by my lake, and the lake told me that I was Aquarius, ruler of Scorpio. And I didn't know what that meant for a long time. But eventually, the lake, because I kept channeling it, the lake told me that I'm supposed to be a king, and a king is supposed to feed and guide their people. And the way that Aquarius is supposed to feed and guide their people is with their philosophy and with their example. So I didn't know what that meant for a long time. So when you acquire that power of manipulating the energies, which is what magic means. The definition of magic is manipulating the energies and the laws with your willpower and with your emotions. That's what magic is. When I acquired that knowledge, it really changed my life for the better. So how does it feel with somebody who tells me that Aquarius, the original Aquarius was actually an Aries, and a lot of people don't know what's going on. You know, Gucci Mane is an Aquarius. There's a lot of important Aquarians out there.
Especially now that we're entering the age.
Exactly.
And today is May 17th. I think that's interesting. You talked about October 17th, it's May. And then if we're gonna keep it a buck, Aries is Aquarius. Aries is literally like the fire form of Aquarius. So it makes total sense. Yeah. And then Saturn in Aquarius is literally kingship. So I love that because it trines your moon in Libra, which is really dope receptivity. That's really dope. And it makes sense because Pluto and Saturn are going through your first. So it's like you're now building that identity of stepping into your kinghood and royalty, which your whole generation, I mean, 91, everyone born 91 is going through something similar, but that Saturn return with the square to Pluto is going to be intense because it's literally going to be you versus the world. Does it feel like that a little bit already?
It feels like that 100%. Everything I've been doing has been on my own. Everything, yeah. Everything, every single thing. And then I'm putting everybody on at the same time. I'm putting everybody on. This was literally the first time I ever felt true happiness. I didn't even know. My sister's in Aquarius too. I didn't even know my blood sister. I called her and I described how I was feeling at that time, and she was like, "That sounds like you're happy." And I was like, "Happy? Is this what this is?" Oh my God! Like I was, what? And I spread it, and everything that's how I got where I am.
And like this, the brother, the third house of Aquarius siblings is Aries. So I love to see like fundamental archetypes play out like that. That's lit. That's so
He's
dope.
not my blood brother. but we had the same birthday. I knew him since we were 11.
Oh, I thought you said your sister, your blood
My
sister.
sister, yeah,
Yeah.
my blood sister.
No, that's so dope. Yeah, it's like y'all share that third house aspect, but um it's shout out to Big Empress Energy in the building. What's up, boo? It's really dope. You said that you've had to do it all your own. You're putting people on. Another thing I
Mm.
can respect, because that's real. It's so much so it's like sometimes y'all could be the bad guy just because you refuse to follow the norm. Really, you're gonna do you, and it's like, how dare you? But um so how did you get into tarot? What inspired you to step into the path that you walk?
Well, actually, my son's mother, shout out to Liz. I love you, Pookie. She bought me my first deck, $40. It was about a $200 deck,
Wow.
but Alchemy Arts was selling it in Chicago for $40. So she bought me that, and I mean, divination. Usually before that, I was doing a black bowl of water or mirrors, but she recommended tarot for me, and at first it was horrible, bro, because I was not in a good space, and that deck did not respect me at all, bro,
Mm,
at all. Just because where I was, I have a video called "Your Tarot Deck Is Not Your Bitch," so I
wow,
recommend
bro.
everybody watch that.
That's
But I
what's
had
up.
to build a rapport. The Ace of Swords was not messing with me at all, so I had to burn some sandalwood, and after that, we built a rapport, and I went from there. But one thing I will, well, nah, I'm not gonna teach you guys, but one thing I will recommend, well, one thing I will say about myself, I'll tell you this up front. I haven't studied tarot up and down at all. There's 78 card. I don't know. I haven't studied each and every card. I just channel with the cards, and people tell me that it's accurate. I don't know
You
what each
build a
card
relationship
means.
with the card.
Right.
That's
I know what it
genius.
says, but
Yeah.
when I learn specific knowledges, it dirties the reading for me. If you want to do what you want to do, that's you can read the books, and that's simply not what I do. I just channel from the cards because if personally, if I learn what each card means, it's gonna give it's gonna give an energy that might not have been meant for that specific reading.
Yeah.
So I just channel. I don't know what the Three of Swords or the. I really, honestly, I know what the Fool means. I know what the Magician. I really only know like 5 cards, bro. To be like, I'm gonna keep it infinity, like the Trinity. But
Mhm.
I keep everything sacred. That's what the word secret means. I don't know what every card means, and that's where the magic kicks in. That's where the channeling kicks in
That's so true.
for me.
When I was taught by an Aquarius, it was hilarious actually. Now that I think about it, he gave me the deck of cards, and just like you, I was horrible. Like, I didn't think maybe the deck didn't respect me. I wasn't in a good area. Like, just was
Mhm.
not connecting with the cards. My sister though got it instantly. She's a Cancer, so. But it's real. If you ever get gifted tarot cards, like it's real. Like it's your time. But he
Mhm.
gave me the cards. He was like, okay, see that tarot card book that says the meanings? Throw it in the trash. And I want you to just,
What?
yep, that's how he
No.
taught me.
The
He was like, the meanings that they tell you what the cards mean?
Right,
Throw it in
right,
the
right.
trash.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then he was like, I want you to look at the cards and just write down what they mean. And then I would write down what they
Exactly.
mean. And then he would just throw it away. He'd be like, this is trash. And then do it again. And I was like, what the
Exactly.
fuck? And it just took me a while to get it, but practice got through. But like you just said something that is so profound. I remember I was
Thank
talking to
you.
Maru, and Maru was saying that, yeah, like once you start to acknowledge the presence of the cards, then that's when they start to respect you, and that's when the magic starts. So you said like the cards didn't respect you, you know what I'm saying? And then you
One
were
card. The,
what happened?
the one card.
One card,
Just one
exactly,
card, and it fucked up the whole deck.
which is so profound because I mean it's all like a holistic. But I would have never thought about that, and I've been reading cards for a whole long time, and
Hmm.
that humbles me because that makes me realize, there's certain things you're supposed to do with decks, like sleep on them when you get
Right.
up, do some stuff. I haven't really done that, and there's still a disconnect I feel with the cards, and now I know why. So I really appreciate you. Like, you clearly know what you're doing. So we're gonna plug you later, but that's so interesting. Like, you have developed a relationship with the cards, and
Right.
I'm sure that you apply this to more than just tarot cards, since you're really aware of the whole sacred art of magic. So how did the divination tools you used before work? I've never heard about using glass or black bowls.
As far as that, bro, my last name, well, I'm not that's too deep. But well, I started out with cyballs. So
Oh,
it's,
nice. Energy
yeah,
constructs.
yeah, that's
That's
how I
what's
started
up,
out.
dude.
So manipulating the energies has always been there. I mean, where I found my power was through premonitions, and then it just translated somehow. So it it wasn't something that was, I just needed more, you know.
Mhm.
But it really, the tools, they're really a distraction for me. They really weaken the actual gift, honestly. People think, a lot of people think that you need to have a red candle for lust. You need to have a green candle for money. That's not what my
That's
philosophy is. Just like Dolo the Pilot Man said, shout out to Dolo. These sciences, all these sciences come from the stars. All these sciences come from astrology. My philosophy is everything is everything. Perception is reality. People ask me what I do to manifest money. I don't use green for money. I use red. If I feel like it, I might use yellow. If I feel like, I might use purple. I don't look at the color. It doesn't matter. You know.
what
So
I'm the
go ahead.
same. I'm the same way. Like, some people, it's like with astrology. Some people are like, oh well, okay, Mercury is for communication, Venus is for love, and it's like, no, like, it doesn't
It's
work like
not.
that. You
Yeah.
might you might want to talk to Venus for contracts and Saturn for love. Like, it really depends on how you tap
Right.
in. So, yeah,
Mm.
your energy is so calm. Like Empress Daisy just said that too. Definitely Libra. That's what's up.
I'm
That's really.
usually exactly the opposite, but um, I don't even remember what you asked me. What did you ask me? Um,
Well, I think I asked you.
the tools
Oh, the
for.
divination methods. Like, what were they
Oh,
about?
okay. For mirrors, I use mirrors as a wand message. I use mirrors as a wand to direct my intentions to the universe. When I use my oracle card, I use usually numerology cards. So if there's something like, if I pull 777 or something like a 16 and then a 5 and then a 1 and another 1, that's 777 for me. So what I do is I direct the energies into the mirror, into the universe. And this is before I used oracle cards. So I would put my intentions into this mirror and I would see these numbers in my mind. That's how I got into numerology in the first place. For the bowl, I would use the bowl of water because, of course, I'm an Aries. So what I would do is when I first started to play with the sci balls and get into that world when I was like 19, so in 2009, 2010, the universe told me, bro, you want to learn how to use fire? Fuck fire. Use water first. You need to master the opposing element before you actually play with fire. Because if you burn some shit, you need to know how to put it the fuck out. So learn water first before you learn fire. If you want to be great at fire, message. This is rule number one. If you want to learn how to heal people, you need to learn how to hurt people first. If you want to learn how to hurt people, you need to be a master healer.
Back,
Message. Take that.
back.
So I started playing with the bowls of water to attach myself to fire. I would have bowls of water all over my room, all over my house, and then I just looked in the bowl of water. I mean, it was it really honestly it gave me a lot of energy. It gave me a lot of energy, it gave me a lot of downloads, and it directed me somewhere else because of my path, because of my personal energy. It transformed me to the point where I didn't even want to use the water for that, because my last name is Hister, Hister, which comes from Nostradamus predicting that Hitler will return to this earth. So Nostradamus, he used water for his divination, and he predicted somebody who would bring a lot of fire to the world. So it it turned into something that was fire in a real way. That's why I'm here.
That's what's up. Yeah, living fire, the spark of life. That's really what's good. So, how long have you been reading tarot, and is that your only modality?
No. Um I've been reading tarot, and then I meet my son's mother 2000. I was 24, so 2015,
That's what's up.
14. So 5 years.
And are you comfortable with channeling and like divining without any tools?
I am. I am. I usually don't, because people like imagery. A lot of people are very visual.
Yeah,
So if I'm drawn to you for real, like if your ancestors come to me, one of my gifts is I can tap into a lot of people's Akashic records, especially if you're old. But a lot of people don't like me to do that, and I might just pull a card to give you the visuals. But yeah,
that's what's up.
a lot of people don't like me to. A lot of people really shield themselves from me because they don't. People don't like that, especially if they've been something in a past life. 9 times out of 10, it's 2019. 9 times out of 10, if you were born after 1975, you were a witch or something in a past life. But yeah, I can get into that. But as far as my abilities, I have everything. Anything, if I pretty much, if I hang out with somebody for enough time, or if I talk to somebody for more than 2 hours, I can copy your abilities to the T, to the T, like Rogue.
That's what's up. That's really what's up. Um, I'm glad you mentioned the whole shielding that people do. Like some people just don't want to be seen, and it's like uh, definitely with the fire you can see. But that's what's up. So you've been reading for like 5 years. I'm still kind of tripping out on how geniusly you brought up the whole facet of like connecting with cards and burning sandalwood. It's inspired me once again to approach my deck, my decks with more reverence and respect, because I've been doing this thing. I've been reading cards for years, and I still do this thing where it's like I pull a card and then it's not the card that I wanted, so I pull another card, and I didn't realize I could piss the goddamn cards off. But other than that, what do you feel the climate of this community industry? I don't want to just limit it to the spiritual community, but in the place now where, you know, people are awakening more to these fields, um what do you feel, what do you feel is next? How do you feel your place in this?
My place, bro. The whole. Let me chill it down. Well, I think we need. Well, I will say this, bro. The reason that I do my style is based off of you, bro. Because I
Looks.
watched probably maybe 3 or 4 videos, and I caught that you were doing something. I was like, oh, this dude he was doing something. This is where I get my style from. You know, I want people to feel like you can be a spiritualist. You can play with, and a lot of the times, if you watch me, if you're a Mosiah, which is what I call my family, my supporters, if you're a Mosiah, you know I'm a normal ass person. I'm a normal person. I have problems with my baby mama. I have all these things going on, and I have a normal job. You
Mm,
normalized being a spiritual. You normalized being having this gift and doing what goes on. Before you, I was like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't smoke so many cigarettes. Maybe I shouldn't drink Hennessy on the weekend. But when I saw you doing what you were doing and you have energy, you have that about you. I was like, oh shit. Well, maybe I can drink some Hennessy. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can listen to Cardi B and then do some readings. I didn't feel bad
yeah,
about doing. So I think that it's gonna be normalized. I think people are gonna know that we are regular ass motherfucking people. I think
yeah.
that when I go to work, there's a jerk chicken, what's it called, a food truck that drives up, and I talk to people. My conversation with one of the people at my job, I walked up to her because I'm a weirdo, and I said, "Hey, you have a green aura," and she was like, "What does that mean?" I explained pretty much what it meant, and it went from there. Told her I was a vegetarian, I'm a vegan, all of that, and then I went to the jerk chicken food truck, and she said, "I thought you was a vegetarian," and I said, "I do voodoo. I need the bones for a ritual tonight," and she looked at me, and I was like, and she was like, "You know what? I fuck with you," and I was like, "Bro, that's Mike. Thank Mike, Father
That's
Mike. Thank you." Like, in a
appreciate.
real way, bro. I think this is gonna go into a place where we can. It's not gonna be weird. It's not gonna be strange. I think.
Yeah,
You know what?
authentic.
21. I think 21 sparked that. I don't know his sign because that's really not my thing. Astrology,
Scorpio.
honestly, is not my thing. But when he said that he practiced Ifa, or he was Ifa on Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
I knew it was it. I
21
knew
is a
that
Scorpio too.
a Scorpio makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Scorpios are deep with that shit. Like they don't play.
Mm,
So yeah, I completely forgot he opened up about that. Like he does
yeah.
practice, which is really interesting. That's huge to come out with too, because there's a stigma with that. Oh, you sacrifice chickens and all that shit. But
Shit. Yeah. Shit
um,
like that.
it is what it is. Yeah, dude, like that's amazing. Knowing you're a Capricorn rising, your style is your sixth house, and the style of Capricorn is Gemini. So you kind of helped me link that. Like, thank you for sharing that. I'm really honored too that I could help assist in that way. I definitely see you rocking the lives on Facebook too. Like you definitely got heart. You know what I mean? So that's really what's good. And what's your voodoo path been like? Because I see voodoo is one of those. Voodoo is one of those like very uh it's taken out of proportion. It's seen as like this evil craft where it's like you poke people with needles. But I know with hoodoo and voodoo, like there's a more authentic craft to it. So how long have you been in there, and what's that been like?
Honestly, I said that to that I don't. I haven't learned voodoo. I don't do voodoo.
Oh,
I'm
you're
a
just
natural. I just said that to that person because, uh, just because. But I'm a natural, bro. All these tools, all the candles, all the incense, that makes my magic weaker.
I
You know
feel
what I do?
I
I
feel
meditate. I give offerings to my ancestors, and I meditate and do my rituals on a different plane when I can, according to their alignments. For example, if it's a full moon and I have work at night, I might meditate during the day and mentally or astrally project to Egypt when it's 7 hours different, a 7 hour difference, because I won't have the chance to meditate at night.
mm,
So I meditate on in my astral temple 7 hours ahead on that full moon. That's what I do. I don't do all the candles, all the that's for the brain. That's
yeah.
physical. And the brain's important. A lot of people will tell you the brain's not important. That's contrary to the truth. But more so, I'm trying to lose the tools. I don't do. I mean, yeah, I have a little. I'm trying to attract two baddies right now. I will take. I might do something like I'll take a red candle and then burn the wax or melt the wax on like six chicken bones, wrap it up in a black. But it just that makes my magic weaker, bro. Meditation is not, bro. I don't even. Oh, no.
I get what you mean though. It's like if you rely and depend on the tools for you to
Right.
think it's working, it will make it weaker, as opposed to just like I'm gonna do my magic, but then here are the tools to like enhance it a little bit. But I could totally respect them. I'm pretty minimalist too. Like I
Right,
don't
right. Minimal. Yeah.
I have crystals. I get a candle every now and then. I'm not really versed with the knowledge of how to use them all, like maybe certain people
Hmm.
experience do, but I've always felt like it's not needed. Like I'm what's needed. Like as long as I have me, like it's totally gonna at least start something. Everything else just kind of adds to it. So totally feel that. It's dope that you can astral project too. It's definitely a skill and lucid dream.
Really, really. I mean, everybody needs to be learning these sciences that are
Mm,
readily available. Marketing, psychology. We have things out here that are not meant for us to translate into our lifestyle. We have
mm,
studies. Willpower is the strongest or is the best determiner of success. Your IQ doesn't determine your success. Your creativity, I think, is number two. That doesn't determine success. What we need to learn is the information that they put out. Okay. Yes, I can take six chicken bones, burn some red wax on it, wrap it in a black cloth, put it under my bed, do what I need to do, make sure I call over these people to put these energies in these things. But there's no greater magic than meditation. Everything is magic. Everything is magic. At the
true.
same time, my philosophy is, if you were brought here with magic, why shouldn't you live with magic?
Fact,
Everything there's nothing that's not magic. The
facts,
only thing that's not magic is magic.
facts.
Okay?
That's magic. Yeah.
It's just natural. A lot of people are not naturally inclined to just live with this, but it's not. It shouldn't be a foreign language.
Not at
The
all.
language you speak is magic.
I totally agree.
The only thing that's not magic is magic. So that's just my thing. That's just my saying.
It's
If you
nice to
think you're doing magic, you're not. You're just making it worse. 'Cause you have all these candles and you're writing. Just meditate, bro.
So that's good to see you're a very big proponent for meditation.
Mm.
Taking it back to basics, really calming your energy and getting back to your source. I know that's something that had put me in check as far as spiritual discipline and, you know, having to sit with my energies. But thankfully I've learned that like meditation doesn't always have to be like just sitting still as far, you know what I mean? As much as, are we still live? Thank God. As much as like, you know, being put in a position to very powerfully just connect, whether you're standing or sitting. So I could take that from that too. That's totally true. Yeah, man, it's definitely some interesting and crazy times we're in. I totally agree. Everything really is magic. You can see magic in everything, and even the stuff that's mundane that doesn't seem magical. It's magical that we have our blood beating through our chests, providing nutrients to our brain to power. That's all magic. I totally agree. Do you, how, what do you feel? Well, you know, I was going to ask you a question, but let's segue into the three questions game. So we'll take turns asking each other's questions. They could be about anything, and you can start. You'll ask me a question, I'll answer, and then I'll ask you a question, and then we'll just go back and forth 2 more times.
Okay. I have a hard question, bro. I got to download that Pisces was actually the first zodiac sign,
Mm-hmm.
and that the relationship between Pisces and Aries was a mother and a son. The mother and the son, and that Pisces is not a water sign, but it's actually the only ether sign because it balances out the fact that Capricorn, Aquarius, and Scorpio are dual elemental signs.
Mm.
That's pretty hard, bro. To be honest, I'm not an astrologer, so I mean, but you. So, what do you feel about what I just said? That was my download, though. At that time, do you think Pisces is like?
Well, it's crazy you say that because I actually have a World War Zero episode called Karmic Connections, and I
Right.
talk
I saw
about,
it.
and one of them was about Aries and Pisces. So around that time, I had downloaded the same thing. I've never told anyone this too, so you're
Oh.
legit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I clearly got like, yeah, Pisces is the secret first sign. It's just like it manifests Aries, but Pisces is like that. And then even that it's not traditionally a water sign, it's like spirit ether.
Right.
I know I've heard some people say that too, but yeah, for someone to not really have that in-depth knowledge of astrology, but to know that, that's really dope. And there's a mystery to Pisces that kind of makes the fundamental order of energy lend into the duality we experience, because Pisces is like dual, right? So it's the first sign, but it's also the last sign. And it's like, to put in context what you said, it's that unseen ethereal auric presence that wraps itself around every individual. So your first sign is Aries because you see you, but it's really Pisces, right? Because there's an energy that's unseen. So well said, dude. That was really profound. Never thought of it like that. Which means Aquarius is the last sign, right?
Right.
Which means the universe is the ultimate existence. Like it's really, so that's really interesting to think of. Definitely, really great question. Very great question. So my question for you is what goes into your psychic hygiene? If you could give advice to someone about how to clean their aura, what would you give them?
Well, firstly, you need to be able to see. You need to tap into that third ear. The third ear is the connection between your crown chakra and your sixth chakra. A lot of people, I say the third ear. I tell people that the third eye was cute for 2006, 2007. No, no, no. It's not about the third eye anymore. It's about the third ear. So opening that it's called the initiation between the sixth chakra and the crown chakra. So being able to channel and interpret, analyze and interpret. The heart chakra is the most important chakra for your aura. Okay. Your root chakra, you need to be able to ground. You need to be able, because your root chakra is the chakra of circulation. Your root chakra is actually the heart, the physical heart of your soul. So if you had a heart, your root chakra would be your heart. Your heart chakra would most likely be like your frontal lobe of your soul. Okay. So spiritual hygiene, you can have an ego if you want, but you need to be able to fuse your ego and align it with something higher than you. Okay. The number of your solar plexus chakra is 6, but you need to upgrade it to 7. All right. You need to upgrade your sacral chakra. If you know, if you're badass with visualization, put your sacral chakra in the shape of a Merkaba. The throat chakra, just make it the throat. Just kill it. All right, just point it up and just make sure that's going on. Mm, Pick a color. Know your sun sign. Know your moon sign. Know your ascendant chakra, and understand what you align with. Okay, a meditation that I got. So first, you need to be able to align with your guide, whoever your guide is. Number one, what you need to do with this guide is you need to meditate on that guide being buried in earth up to their solar plexus chakra. And I want you to visualize yourself as that god or goddess's heart chakra. If it's Ogun, if it's Oshun, if it's all set, if it's Isis, if it's freaking Hermes, Mercury, you need to be the heart of your guide's existence. That's my favorite meditation. If I'm Kefra, if I'm Ra, if I'm Atum, I meditate as if I pretend, I visualize myself as being Otum's or Osiris's or Anubis's heart chakra. All of my chakras are Anubis's chakras. They're all green or they're all black or they're all purple. So that's how I go about life.
That's what's up.
Message.
Message indeed. That's really what's good. So I feel like we're on a second round now.
Right. Oh, okay. So, hmm. What is something you don't want me to ask you?
No, there's nothing I don't want you to ask me. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's.
Okay, well, do you think how does how does astrology relate to the extraterrestrial ancestors?
That's a very fascinating question. Mm, it's very Saturn and Aquarian too, because Saturn Aquarius is cosmic ancestry. Um, so the way astrology relates to extraterrestrials is that if you think of how Uranus is correlated with astrology, and it's very much so Aquarian, the whole mechanism of astrology is based on, I mean, there's sidereal, and there's people who kind of don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, they don't know what the hell they're doing because they think there's a 13th sign, or they think that their sign shifted back.
That's so nasty.
But
Matter of
like,
fact, scratch that. Do you think there's a 13th sign? Because that was a hard ass question, bro. My bad.
no. That
In
was a great
myself too
question.
much.
I
And
like that. I like that question. I'll answer both. I'll answer both because it correlates. Because you asked
wait, bro, I gotta pee. So hold on.
all right, for
Like
sure.
real bad, real bad.
That was real. Oh snap! All right, I'll wait till you. Hey, when you gotta pee, you gotta pee. That just came through. When I tell y'all, I got interfered. Like my computer froze. Like stuff that never happens to my computer happened. So I'm glad we can have this talk because anytime stuff like that happens, I take note. Definitely means that you know, some stuff being dropped here. I would once again, anytime you see me do a video with someone, kind of read between the lines and see how our shared energy influences you. Because I'm starting to realize more combining energy does create, it's like a jutsu in and of itself. You're just connecting. I guess I see it more because Jupiter's in my seventh, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm about to start doing that. If I'm in a crazy situation, I'm just be like, I gotta pee. But yeah, that extraterrestrial question was really dope. No one has ever asked me a question as sick as that before, and it's one of the best questions I've ever received because what he asked is actually the basis for how astrology works, and I'm gonna blow your minds. Okay, so to finish answering your question, first of all, the whole I'm going to answer the extraterrestrial question because it's one of the best questions I've ever received. The whole basis behind the 13th sign of Fucus is not only a lie, okay? Like you see people swear by a Fucus. Not surprisingly, everyone who swears by a 13 zodiac sign is either a fraud or just stupid. Like they don't know how to like communicate logically or break stuff down objectively. What a coincidence. So like if you you know what I mean? Like, if you research it, the whole basis and politics behind the Fucus was something that was instituted like a while ago. You'll see articles written now. Hey, scientists have made a new discovery. Like, you'll see this written 2013, but you have to understand they've been writing that same article back in the 90s. They specifically do it to like disinform people. And the people who decided that it was a 13th sign were not astrologers. They were people who felt that astrology was based on the constellations, which it isn't. So, the whole mechanism for astrology is based on the sun's ecliptic. The sun travels across space. We have planets that revolve around the sun, right? And then our planets rotate. And it's fascinating because we have people in this world who don't believe space exists, which is just mind-blowing. You can get a fucking telescope and see planets, but it is what it is. So the sun travels throughout this universe. And as the earth revolves and rotates, right, the earth has an equator, okay? So the path of the ecliptic intersects with the celestial equator of the earth. And the points at which they intercept create the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer. This is why we have seasons. astrology is a universal constant, because based on the relationship between the ecliptic and the equator, the sun we will always experience seasons. There has never, I mean, we've been here for billions of years, and the sun has faithfully moved 1 degree across this 360-degree ecliptic. So people think that's why it's wrong when we as astrologers say, oh, the sun is in Virgo. That's not really true. Like, the sun isn't in the constellation Virgo. The sun is just traveling across the ecliptic in the imaginary space. What we know as the zodiac is an imaginary space. It's nothing that's like real and tangible. It's all imaginary. And the reason why it's Virgo, let's say it's Virgo season, it's not because it's Taurus season. The reason why it's Taurus season right now isn't because the sun is in the constellation of Virgo. The mechanism behind astrology, the reason why everything we do is accurate, is angles. It's pure mathematics. It's the angles between the path of the sun and the angles they make with the planets. The 180-degree angle that Uranus will make to the sun creates an opposition. The angle that you have being an Aries sun versus a Libra moon, it's not because your sun's in Aries, the constellation of Aries, or because of the moon. It's because Aries represents the equinox. Libra represents the equinox. So it's like, it's seasonal. And scientists have proven that seasons affect your temperament and mood. So that's the first thing to kind of get out the way. This is the reason why astrology works. So keep that in mind, because every single person that you will hear say astrology is fake, they never mention this because they're dumb. They don't know. They're going to mention like stuff that has nothing to do with this whole mechanism. And then before they claim like there's a bias, when it's totally observable, it's calculatable. So you talking about extraterrestrials is genius, because what astrology serves to do, as human beings, we just see a star, but that star is an avatar. That star is a conscious being. That star might be a god in its true form. We're only seeing it in 3D. So what astrology serves to be is the language of these cosmic patterns. And I think it's a reason you asked how extraterrestrial, contact and ancestry plays into this, because astrology is how aliens communicate with us. Like, the way they kind of play in is they can look at our solar system and read that. And it's like the planets and the sun are communicating to other beings. Because now, if you think about how the astrology of Western astrology of our land is based on the ecliptic of the sun, that means there's different astrologies. That means in a different galaxy, there's going to be a different astrology based on their system. And astrology is going to be different based on where you are. And these are ways that extraterrestrial galactic systems can communicate with each other, whereas we correlate and we take a part of this dance, and we have this very individual experience that we think is all about us, but every single experience that we have is weaved into a sacred dance that is communicating to higher beings that read us like a book or watch us like a TV show. So astrology is the way to communicate with extraterrestrials. Not the only way, but this is the avenue to which you can study patterns and start to see, what's going on. And that's everything. That's why I call Aquarius extraterrestrials, because they represent that. They represent the peak after Capricorn, that mountain where you go out into the stars and explore the limitless knowledge, making them the highest source. So I wish I didn't answer that too vague. There's so much deeper to that.
That wasn't vague at all. That was nutritious.
I appreciate you. That's what's good. That's what's good. So yeah, man, like that question was so amazing. It's this is why, the reason why astrology is coming back into prominence is before aliens can invade, we need to know astrology. Like, we need to, every human has to have like a basic understanding of astrology, so that when they come through, we can communicate better. Other than that, and it's crazy because the way extraterrestrials interpret astrology is way more advanced than how we interpret astrology, because we interpret astrology based on the planets in our solar system and minor asteroids. They come with the knowledge of all the star systems. They're going to know how their galaxy affects our transits. and like different stuff. So it's like so much more advanced. My second question to you is, what do you feel as a man? How do you feel, and what do you feel as a man is revolutionizing, or let me rephrase it. As a man, how do you feel your relationship with women is evolving? Stepping into these new archetypes, walking away from the old patriarchy. How do you feel like connecting with women and in relationships, is evolving, and how you have to represent? And kind of want you to answer this as advice for men too. Like, what's the best way to approach a woman, connect with the feminine, and yeah.
Connect with, yourself, knowledge. As a man, you have the tool, you have the advantage of being able, well, I'm not gonna word this so horribly. All right, so I'm gonna do it like this. All right, Dolo. All right,
Right.
So the fact of the matter is, a woman's frontal lobe is more advanced than a man's frontal lobe, prefrontal cortex. But the only disadvantage that women have is the fact that they are flooded with hormones. Okay, so that the science of that makes it so their frontal lobe has only an advantage over those who are men if they control their hormones and their diets are 110%. So what we need to be doing is, men, feeding these women perfection by being by knowing our feminine selves. Okay, you need to know what kind of woman you want.
True.
You cannot be, if you're a feminine man, you have to embrace that. You have to know that, hey, I'm a feminine man. I like masculine women. If I'm a balanced man, I like balanced women. You have to know yourself. You have
Yeah.
to know what kind of woman you're looking for first. You can't be a feminine man and expect that a woman should be listening and doing and reacting to you in specific ways, because the women really only want two things: a man and a baby. So if you're acting like a woman and a baby, that's just not gonna work.
Damn, that's real as fuck.
A lot of women, if this is somebody who is, if she's feminine, feminine is attracted to masculine, masculine is attracted to feminine. If she's balanced, she wants balance. If she's mostly feminine, she wants mostly masculine. If she's mostly masculine, well, you have to be feminine. Okay, this is the problems I ran into because I was being too masculine. So my baby mama went for, what she went for, because I was being too masculine.
Okay.
So you have to know what you want, and you have to align yourself. You have to be real with yourself. If you're old school, let's say if you're old school, if you want this woman to cook, clean, be barefoot, be pregnant, do all these things, go grocery shopping, you have to complement that with your, if you perceive it as being masculine, feminine. If you perceive that as being feminine, be masculine. It's up to you.
Balance.
Balance. Complement. If you want to be balanced, be balanced. If you want to be complementary, be complementary. But so really just knowing what you want and speaking to the universe with your actions.
True that. With your actions, true that. You said like a real cardinal sign. That's really what's good. That's really what's good. So we're on the last round of questioning right now.
What do you what would be your mm, this is an Aries King question. What would be your first three recommendations for somebody going through their Saturn return?
Such a great question.
First
Okay.
of all, what is a Saturn return for everybody who doesn't know?
So Saturn return is a cycle of Saturn. And when you are born with the Saturn position. So every 20 6 to 29 years. Saturn goes around the chart and then it returns back to where it was when you were born. And Saturn returning is a mark of maturity, and Saturn brings its gifts. You want to think of Saturn as like an audit, a boss who goes around your life and is like, okay, this is what you've done this first cycle. Here's what I'm going to bless you with, or here's what I'm going to punish you with, right? So a Saturn return prepares you for the next stage of your life. And especially after going through the first one into the second one, it prepares you for adulthood. Whereas after the second one, you're kind of wrapping up from adulthood. You've lived a full life. You're getting ready to kind of step into, the exit plan. So, you asked such a good question. Like, at least three things I would say is that you want to get your life in order. The first thing I would do is write a long-term plan and a short-term plan. Where do you see yourself in 5 years and 10 years? And really like reevaluate your entire life. First thing to do, look at the past 28 years of your life and be 100% honest with yourself, with Saturnian quality. Where have you been fucking up? Where have you really been working hard? And you have to be 100% honest. What is it that you want in your life? What is it that you want to accomplish? And like really, because if you're not going to go hard for yourself, and if you're not going to make those plans, Saturn's not going to give a damn. Saturn's going to make it hard for you. Saturn wants to know that you're determined, and it will hook you up. Saturn could be very much like Jupiter. It just doesn't give away freebies. The next thing I'd say is cut away any and all distractions, weed them out after you've made your goals. Once you've now identified what direction you're going to, now identify who in your life is committed to seeing you get there and helping you, and who in your life, whether they mean well or not, distracts you from that. Cut them the hell out completely. And the third thing is, once you've kind of like decided and committed to what you're going to commit to, what you decided what you're going to commit to, give it your all. Give it your 100%. Push yourself beyond your limits, and keep working even when you think you can't work, because that's what's going to give. Saturn returns literally are designed to prepare you for success, which is why, when you come up on your first one, a lot of people reach great success around their first Saturn return, because it's like, I'm finally ready to take this around another cycle and step into the next level. So great question, man. You asking the dopest questions. That's
Thanks, man. Thanks.
my
That's the
final
Libra
question,
moon.
right? Yeah. For my final question for you is, if you, let's say, you just succeeded on accomplishing a universal coup d'etat, and you have all the power of the world in your hands, what would be three things that you do to now change the world? What would you do if you had power? If you're like a world leader? Well, you are a world leader right now, but what would you do if you like had control over certain government systems? What would be like the first three things you do?
The first thing I would do, I would separate the world from the people who want there to be rules and the people who want there to be anarchy.
Mm,
The second thing I would do is I would make, yeah, I think that's the only thing I would do.
that's cool. That's what I was actually going to ask. What's the one thing you're
I
going to
mean,
do?
like, what the freak? Like, that's the only rule. I mean, that's the only problem with the world. Rules
Rules.
and law. The disagreement, I mean, just like Young Pharaoh said, nobody gets into wars because we don't agree that water is wet. The only problem, the only problem we have is that we don't agree on our philosophies. It used to be, now war is business. It
Yeah.
used to be we really got into wars because we didn't have the same beliefs. But the only problem with war, I mean, other than that, um, I don't know. I mean, 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 I don't know And half the world would be anarchy. The other half would be, lawful. Um, I mean, this is a Saturn-based planet, bro. So laws. Half of you guys would be able to choose if you want to live with them. The other half wouldn't. Half the world would be American Horror Story Armageddon, and the other half would be freaking where Donald Trump lives. Honestly.
Word. Well, that's what's up. I'm totally gonna invite you back on, man. There's totally a lot of work we could do together. Stay tuned. One day we could probably just dedicate a video to doing live readings and just kind of like
Word.
do some
Hey,
service.
yeah, bro.
That'll be lit.
That'd be straight.
But until then, I have your Facebook link. But how can people reach you, and what services do you offer?
Instagram, Aaron 3_Moses. Oh, I got a YouTube. I mean, you'll find that eventually. My SoundCloud, I wouldn't recommend it because my music's pretty ratchet. So
I'm about to hear that right
not
now.
right now, bro.
Word.
Services. I mean, I do I'm really into my revenge spells right now, but I can only do one a week. So, revenge spells, anything, but you have to be true. If you lie, it's gonna come back to you. So don't lie. If you
True.
want somebody hurt or not hurt, I don't like to use that word, but if something actually happened where you need justice, we call justice spells, not revenge. Justice. If you need justice, same day. Same. If it's really that bad, same day, within less than 23 hours. That bad. Um, Tarot readings, they vary from 40 to $175. We do Egyptian god and goddess readings for couples, which is the most expensive. My generals, they're fairly cheap. If I'm drawn to you, they might be free, but you know what they say, divination without accumulation is an abomination.
Ooh.
So it has to happen, because
Yeah.
you won't value the message.
Yeah.
The message I can give you, you might make $1,000,000. The little $40, I'll spend that on, a pint of Hennessy, and some Newports, and some chips, real
Bam.
quick.
Yeah.
So just make sure you give back. It's not for me; it's for the universe.
It's so true.
um, Everything else, it varies. It
Okay.
varies. I mean, I'm really not moving under $40, and that's not much at all. So, and then right now, I'm doing all my readings for the next 100 inboxers free.
No way.
Yeah, for generals and for one question readings. But
Okay.
just make sure you understand.
That's dope. That's really dope. Make sure y'all hit him up. I got the link to his Facebook below, so show him some love. And do you have any final word of encouragement for anyone walking this path?
Well, you have to understand that magic is we are creation. Be the creator, not the creation. Okay, so the last thing I want to say, I'm gonna get on my flight, boss. The fact that we use the phrase sex magic, that just really doesn't make sense to me. I would like to
Facts.
call that intercourse magic or whatever they want to call it, but the best magic is done with the opposing energies coming together as one. Okay, so what I want to say is you need to understand these words. You need to be studying etymology because if you want to do magic, if you want to do tarot, if you want to, whatever you want to do, is going to take two opposing forces. Okay, people ask me all the time, Aaron Moses, do you do earth magic? Do you do fire magic? Bro, if I did do those things, I would use fire. I would use the masculine aspects of fire and combine them with the feminine aspects of fire to create something that has never been here. The fact of the matter is, I might be mad at you. I might write all kind of horrible words over your picture, burn it, and freeze the ashes. because that's
Damn.
how you actually do magic. You cannot, you can't just do one. Okay.
I noticed people with a lot of cardinal energy are really good at that. Like it's more powerful. So when you said like less than 24 hours, like I believe that. Like you got Cap, Libra, and Aries, so it's like you do it and it happens, which is lit.
it's
So
usually the same day.
yeah,
Usually.
not everyone got it like that, but you do. That's what's up.
And if they lie about it, it's usually the same day for them. But I read it. Like if you say, Aaron Moses, can you do something to my girlfriend? She cheated on me. If you lied about that, it's gonna happen to you. But I read it every time. I'm gonna call you like, bro, are you sure you want me to do this? Because I'm not getting that. I'm getting that she was faithful to you and maybe you did some shit. And they're like, no. I'm like, bro, I'm not. All right, bro. See what happens. And then, but I don't do that though. If I know they're lying for sure, I send the money back or whatever happens. So
That's awesome, man. Well, totally gonna have you back on. You're totally lit. Thank you so much for sharing yourself. And yeah, y'all have a great weekend. The energy is fun. I woke up like really funky. I'm not gonna lie. Like
me too, bro. Shit.
energy is just like wow, in a good way too. But wow. But other than that, y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace out.
Aaron Moses.